You guys remember that family that I told you about that called me about a reference to the adoption agency? Well, I took Yusuf and Layla to the annual picnic and they were there. And they just got back from Colombia with the most beautiful little girl. And some friends of theirs are throwing kind of like a little welcome home shower for them. So I got the opportunity to do a little shopping.
You hear this, Kathy? As if you need another excuse to go shopping, Maria.
All right, so what'd you get? Well, little Isabella is 18 months old, and she's been in an orphanage since she was born, so she's a little developmentally delayed. And it's been a long time since I've been able to shop for little ones. Layla's 5 now, you know. So I was so surprised to see all the educational toys that there are out there.
All right, well, now you think it's been a long time for you. Every time I get invited to a shower now, I have to do 2 days worth of research just to find something appropriate. But I think it's more about, you know, the interaction with the baby.
That's true. You know, some parents don't believe that play is important and educational, but I will tell you, it's not just about the hype. I know for a fact, education and playtime is so important in a baby's development.
Well, actually, there's a lot of research done on how kids and children learn to go into making these toys. In this segment, we'll hear from our experts on early learning and development and find out how children learn through play.
Play serves many purposes. One of the first purposes is to have fun, of course, but there are deeper purposes as well. Children play to develop a sense of confidence in themselves. They play to learn about the world. They play to learn what they can do, what their bodies can do, and what their minds can do. And they play to have a deep, close connection with the adults around them, and later with other children. I think of play as what babies do when they're just having a kick out of being alive. They're zestful and joyful, and they're discovering something new and exciting every day. Now, happy, alert baby, their attitude is, yes, what a great day. It's great to be alive. What will I discover today?
Playtime, or play in general, is one of the most important things that you can do with a child and that a child can experience. The benefits of play at all times in your life, though, include the ability to experience your world in an atmosphere where the stakes are very low. You can experiment, you can try different things, you can try different ideas, you can try different actions. Oftentimes, play is described as the work of children.
Psychologists used to think that babies were just lumps for the first few months. They didn't do very much. And I think that recently psychologists have warmed up to the idea that parents have known all along, which is that newborns know a lot, and they're taking in a huge amount of information. They have millions and billions of brain cells, and those have to get wired together to form relationships and patterns and new connections. And one of the ways they do that is by playing. And what can newborns play? They can play a game called mirroring, which is mom or dad looks at them and copies whatever they're doing. And the baby notices that and smiles, and then you copy that smile. And then they smile again. Newborns also love to make a connection between music and other sounds and movements.
She loves music, anything with music. Her daddy's a musician and I'm a dancer, so we got lots of music in our family and had the headphones on the belly and so she moved around in the womb. I did prenatal yoga, so she would swim around and move around a lot in there too. So anytime there's movement, music, whatever, she would light up and kind of just go with it.
A little later on in the first year of life, infants have to experience, and their goal is to experience a sense of connection with people. Gestural, nonverbal, back and forth communication is really a very important functional capacity to achieve. When you think of peekaboo, what is peekaboo but a repetitive thing? And we repeat it over and over. We're happy to repeat it. We're joyously repeating it for hundreds and hundreds of circles of communication that way because it's developmentally appropriate and the baby is learning what I do impacts you and what you do impacts me.
I think that playing with the kids definitely strengthens the bond. I found that
Both of my kids are very attached to me, and I know that I do play quite a bit with them, especially this little one, Jessica. They reach out for you, you know, because you're reliable. They know that mommy is there to have fun with, mommy is there to take care of you.
At 6 months to a year, children's motor skills, their movement, big movements and little precise hand movements are really taking off. And so this is a time when they're going from crawling to cruising to pulling up to standing to walking. Children's fine motor skills, those are developed by having fun things that they can put together. They can nest one toy inside of another, or they can turn them over and stack them.
She's just amazing. It's the most wonderful feeling in the world to watch her learn. I've definitely seen her motor skills becoming more refined just every day even. Her dad and her were playing with the blocks, and he stacked up the blocks, and she knocked them down and stacked them right back up. And I was like, wow, that was great, you know, and now every time she picks up those blocks, she goes and stacks them.
A lot of times parents are very worried about kids developing the right motor skills at the right time. Or they'll look at books and they'll look at developmental curves and they'll see that typically babies are walking by 1 year of life. But if you look carefully at the statistics, you'll know that the average range for the beginning is anywhere from 9 months all the way up to 15 or 16 months. And parents worry that if their kid is a late walker, that means that they're going to be bad at baseball and soccer and all those kinds of things. But we know that that doesn't matter very much. That we know that if you've had all those motor experience, the right time for you can be different than the right time for somebody else.
A cloth book is a good transition to board books and books with regular paper, because besides the story aspect, they can feel the experience of crinkly pages and they can put it in their mouth, and we don't have to get all upset that they're eating our favorite book. And the story can be very simple. There's no words even on here. You can make up your own story, and we're not talking about making up a Shakespeare play. This is just, hey look, a fish. Look at the monkey. Let's pull on the tail. Let's turn the page. They learn all about pages and books and stories.
Parents worry a great deal about providing their children with exactly the right experiences to help their cognitive growth. And usually parents are pretty good at that. They know to buy books, they know to provide kids colorful toys, on and on and on. But what sometimes parents can forget about playtime is the most important thing is the experience of the joy of the moment.
You like the purple? Ooh, that's yellow. Movie star! Movie star!
When I think of playtime and the power of play, I think that the most important skill that it develops is social functioning and emotional self-reflection. You understand your own feelings better if you can play them out. You have experience with them. And so these sorts of experiences, motor, language, social and emotional, set us up for an entire lifetime of good functioning. And the more we can experience in a safe, playful atmosphere, the better the prognosis for you just to enjoy a life of contentment, self-reflection, and good emotional sophistication.
I think the fact that we do spend a lot of quality time together and play together quite a bit, that it's helped nurture our relationship for sure. And I hope that never changes. I really do.